Greetings and salutations, film fans. Thomas L here. Now, this. Now I'm here with my brother, with my brother CJ Lopez.
What's going on now? We're here looking back again. Man, we haven't done one of these videos since I was in New York with my brother. Look at me, got the brand new webcam out, got the headset, hoping and praying that it sounded better. So if you tell me in the chat or in my chat, say like that, like tell me I can hear me or whatever. But of course, that's also on the both of our top 2019 summer movies. My brother, you already know how he is.
Yep.
Team movies, he's your boy. He's the most. I'm just gonna pretty much on my side. I don't see him. We don't really know how we're doing this. We're gonna learn how to edit this out for the future. But for right now, we're just using message on our phone. That's how you hear it. And yeah, with all of that out of the way, I got my stuff in. He got his stuff in. Now we're on to the good stuff.
Now, so far, the summer has been pretty solid. I mean, we already just had stuff like Avengers Endgame, Detective Pikachu just got released. So I mean, we're off to a pretty decent summer so far. But there's a big one that. Huh?
I know a fun fact about that.
Well.
I have yet to see Avengers Endgame or Detective Pikachu.
Oh, jeez, dude. Homie, you better come down here soon because I'm taking you to see Endgame and Detective Pikachu. But anyway, now one of the biggest films out this week is Godzilla: King of the Monsters. Oh yeah, I mean.
Tell us a little bit more about the
Well, this is gonna set up the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong, which comes out in March. And yep. And for one, I like the cast involved. I mean, you got Stranger Things girl Millie Bobby Brown in this. You got the guy from Game of Thrones, Charles Dance, Kyle Chandler. I mean, great cast, and the monsters all look really cool. Godzilla is just an icon, you know. I mean, Godzilla's been around since like the 30s and all, and you know, almost everyone really likes Godzilla. I mean, yeah, there are some not so good Godzilla movies, and there are some pretty decent ones. But I'm actually hoping that, like, even though I like that 2014 Godzilla movie, my biggest problem was it was a Godzilla movie without Godzilla. And from what I've been hearing from early reviewers, there's more Godzilla in this than there was in that 2014 one.
I didn't like the last Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, I dug it. Just there should have been more Godzilla in it, you know. I mean, there was like more humans. Yeah, I mean that 1998 film had more Godzilla in it, and yep. All right, now Godzilla's not the only thing coming out this week. There's also the horror film. Huh? Yeah.
So we're going to see more Godzilla, obviously, but what about all the actors who are playing in it? What do they think about playing in them?
They're liking it. I mean, the one from Stranger Things, her name's Millie Bobby Brown, but I just call her MBB for short. I gotta say, it's gonna be interesting to see her in something bigger like this as well, because I mean, she's good at Stranger Things, but I mean that the only thing I've seen her in was Stranger Things, and I haven't really seen her in anything else. So hopefully, this could be like a big film break for her. And she, like the actors on that, you know, were interviewed for the film, they were all pretty much enjoying it, and they're enjoying so much. They're already in for Godzilla versus Kong. So, and I mean the director Micah Dougherty, who last did the movie Krampus, he directs this, and he's no stranger for monster movies. So should be interesting to see. I mean, if you guys still haven't seen Trick or Treat or Krampus, huh? Not really sure his top three. I mean, I'm gonna do my top 10 monster movies maybe tomorrow, so you'll see that. But I don't know about the director's favorite. But anyway. Check that shit out, man. Tomorrow, top 10 monster movies coming up. Yep. Now, Godzilla's not the only thing out this week. There's a few other stuff coming out. There's a horror movie called Ma opening this week. Ma looks creepy. It's this horror film about this lonely woman. Huh? Ma, M-A. Okay. Now, Ma is about this lonely woman who, ends up buying a beer for these group of teenagers, and so, they invite the teenagers to, party in her basement, and she ends up, becoming like, affectionate, like becoming obsessed towards them, and all hell breaks loose throughout the whole film. It looks like a creep fest. Huh? Yeah, I mean it stars Octavia Spencer, who I thought was great in The Help and Shape of Water and stuff. So seeing her in a very creepy role like this, that piques my interest. So I'm curious to see this new horror film. What you said, bro? The horror movie I'm looking forward to see is the Superman horror. I already saw that one. That was really good. Yeah, I saw the video on it, but I haven't mentioned it on my channel. And I'm actually looking for it. That actually might be one movie that I can pre-order tickets. But not everybody knows. I love pizza comics. Oh yeah, and there's a couple of horror movies that's coming out this summer that you look forward to, and we're gonna get to that, here in a bit. But all right, now Ma and Godzilla aren't the only stuff coming out this week. One final film opening out is Rocket Man. It's a film about It's actually a movie about famed singer Elton John. Oh, okay. Yep. Now it's from the co-director who last did the Queen's movie Bohemian Rhapsody, which was one of my favorite movies of last year. But this also reteams the director with his A the Eagle actor Taron Egerton, so that piques my interest. I think Taron looks amazing as the role of Elton. And I've always loved Elton John music. Whether it's Rocket Man or Circle of Life, he's an icon, and finally happy to see a movie made about him. And I'm really curious to check this one out, bro. Have you ever been into Elton John? I think I remember watching it with you when you were younger with Emily. But I don't really remember too much about it, but I think I am, honestly. I can't. It's hard for me to say yes or no to. It's one of those things I really, honestly don't remember. Yeah, Elton John is sort of before, bro. Just say yes. I don't want to say no. I do want to say yes. I just don't. Well, I mean, Elton John was before our time, so not everyone will really fall on. Remember him, but he's an icon, and I'm really happy to see a movie about him being made, and it's gonna be interesting to see how good this Rocket Man is. And I do love me. Also, I like a lot of people about just musician, and I cannot talk. One of my all-time favorite musical movies is about somebody who plays a musical instrument. It's about that black blind man who plays the piano. Oh, right. That was a great Yeah, I love them too. Not if you guys remember last year, I did my top 10 favorite music biopics, and of course, Selena was in that list. Shreya Compton, some pretty good music films.
I love my Spanish music.
But anyway, that's pretty much all that's coming out this week. Now, coming in June.
Okay.
Oh wait, before we begin the June, to let you know, there are a couple of other smaller stuff out this week. Like there's a Netflix movie called "Always Be My Maybe." Now, last year we didn't really did any Netflix films in our like movie previews. But you know what? I'm gonna change that a little bit.
Hope y'all enjoyed this with my brother. Sorry, Tom, let me do.
You good? But yeah, last year we didn't really do like a Netflix we didn't talk about any Netflix movies in our fall movie preview. But we're gonna change that up a little and talk about some Netflix stuff because Netflix has been putting out some interesting content and always be my maybe, huh?
I'm not gonna lie, man. Netflix actually does got me kind of going, man. Right now I was watching one of the I was watching one of the new movies on Netflix. I don't remember the name, and I don't want to go onto my Netflix and look at it. I'll make sure to leave it when I go back and I do the YouTube edits, the little stuff that they got, and again, I don't know how to edit. I'll make sure to leave it in the description the movie I'm watching and try to leave a link to it so I can check it.
Yeah, but anyway, Always Be My Maybe looks like a nice little cute rom com. It stars Randa Park from Fresh Off the Boat fame and Ali Wong from American Housewife fame. And in it, they play like childhood flings who reunite together, but Ali Wong's character ends up having a relationship with another guy. So Randa Park's character has to try to win her over and all, but you know how romantic comedies like this goes. I mean, and
And it's always fun to watch two desperate girls that love drama go at it. I don't know what it is, but
yeah,
it's fun.
and also since Crazy. Bro, you good? Yeah, it happens. But anyway, yeah, since Crazy Rich Asians last year, there's been lots of with the success of Crazy Rich Asians, there's gonna be more Asian heritage based movies coming out in the near future because I love Crazy Rich Asians. I mean, Crazy Rich Asians was like the first studio film with an Asian cast since the Joy Luck Club, and it's pretty cool seeing like lots of films with different ethnicities and stuff like that, right, Kyle? I mean, you're Spanish, so you should so you know how it feels about them having because this year we had lots of movies featuring Latino and Latina characters, and there's of course a there's of course a Latina character that's making her live action debut that we're going to talk about in our August preview to keep your eye out there. But anyway, and of course Black Panther was last year, and it's really cool seeing different races gain their gain their getting films about yeah yeah yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been Asian movies, but there's not really as many lots of Asian movies. Lots of people don't really know of, and with stuff like Fresh Off the Boat, Crazy Rich Asians becoming a hit, and of course, BTS is a big hit in Korea, so you're gonna get their audience to check this stuff out.
I can remember the movie's name that I was watching on Netflix as well. It's called Wild Country.
Oh, Wild Country. But
it's supposed to be coming soon.
Yeah, there's some interesting Netflix films, and I think Always Be My Maybe has got to be my anticipated Netflix film of the summer. That looks hilarious and interested to check that one out. Anyway, also there's a film called Domino coming out this week. No connection to the one from Deadpool. Carlos, no connection to the Deadpool character.
I know that, but still, we see Spider-Man, we see Iron Man, we see the Hulk, we see the X-Men, we see all of them.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about X-Men here in a bit.
Heroes I cannot wait to see the Domino movie. I'll get big geek here. I'll get every Domino comic book.
All right, really, what this Domino movie really is? It's set in the world wrecked by terror and suspicion. It's about police officer Christian, played by Nicola Costa-Waldau, for all you Game of Thrones fans. And anyway, his character seeks justice for his partner's murder by an ISIS member named Amran. So, like, on the hunt for the killer, Christian and a fellow cop are unwittingly caught in a cat and mouse chase with a CIA agent played by Guy Pearce. So it's kind of a cat and mouse game, you know. So yeah, this has nothing to do with Marvel or anything like that. I mean, but it's directed by Brian De Palma, and Brian De Palma is the guy who directed Scarface, Carrie, and some other good stuff. So I'll check out anything Brian De Palma does. Okay.
I feel like a lot of people who know who he is would be like, I know him just because of my brother. But I feel like if I didn't have a brother that knows everything about movies and went to college for that trade, I feel like I still would eventually figure out who he is.
And you're a fan of Scarface, I'm sure.
I think everybody's a fan.
Yep. Anyway, now coming in June, there is X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Oh yes, man! I saw the trailer for that. We're gonna change that.
Now this is going to pretty much be the final installment of the X-Men franchise. Well, actually, I guess a New Mutants will be the final one, but out of the X-Men one featuring the characters like featuring James McAvoy and stuff like that, this is pretty much going to be the final actual X-Men feature. Because if you know this, Disney belongs to Fox now. So, Fox belongs to Disney now, I should say. But
Disney's owning everything. Disney's like a rule of the world.
Oh yeah, come on, now Deadpool's a part of Disney. Just think of that. But X-Men Dark Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, I haven't really been wowed by the trailers, to be honest with you. The trailers have been hit and misses. I'm still curious about it, but I've been hearing, there have been people who saw early screenings of Dark Phoenix that was saying the movie is a mess, so hopefully they're wrong about that. But I'm still curious to check it out, because, I do like the X-Men films, and, some of the best comic book movies. Huh, bro?
I saw some stuff online about it. I saw, a little something of it, but it didn't look that bad. It was all over the place.
Yeah, and also, since Game of Thrones ended, it's gonna be cool seeing what Sophie Turner could do next after Game of Thrones fame. So seeing her return as Jean Grey should be interesting to watch. Apocalypse, that was okay, just wasn't the best. But I gotta say one thing: Sophie Turner as Jean Grey was terrific. So I cannot. Although I guess Jennifer Lawrence had more of a premise as Mystique instead of Jean Grey, so hopefully Jean Grey will have a chance to shine in the final actual X-Men film. So, hey, bro, question: have you ever been into Game of Thrones?
I'm just now starting to watch. Honestly, I'm still on season 1. I want to work my way up.
Oh boy, you got a long way to go then.
I work with a lot of Game of Thrones fans, and they all tell me that I need to get into the movie show. I have to watch it. So I'm starting from the beginning and working my way up. So eventually,
oh, bro, you got a long way to go then.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, Now, Dark Phoenix is not the only film coming out that week. Also, there's actually this one I'm actually more looking forward to than Dark Phoenix, and that is Secret Life of Pets 2. Hey, bro, have you ever seen the first one? Secret Life of Pets, I thought was a really pleasant surprise. I mean, for one, it was Illumination, and I knew it was probably going to be decent, but I didn't expect it to be that good. I mean, it was like Toy Story, but with pets.
And we did have a request. Ariel Harris asked, when does Avatar 2 come?
You gotta wait till when hell freezes over. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It comes out well, it wasn't really supposed to come out next year, but they decided to move it to December 2021. So you got a long way to go for that one.
So we got 2 years for Avatar 2 to come out. 2021 is when it's coming.
Just saying, in 2021 we got Batman. There's Space Jam 2. Tom and Jerry comes out in 2021. So 2021 is gonna be interesting. Anyway.
Trying to get the contact. Not contact. Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. Now, as I was saying, we got Secret Life of Pets 2 comes out, and Harrison Ford is actually in this, of course, from Star Wars fame and Indiana Jones fame and so on. I mean, this is actually gonna be his first anime feature, believe it or not, which gonna be pretty cool to say. Or I should say, Harrison's is anime. Actually, you never. But also a few other voices in this, like you got. Well, I mean, he probably did like lend his voice to maybe Star Wars or Indiana Jones video games, but that's probably about it. Never like an actual anime feature. But Harrison Ford, I mean, come on, the guy's a legend. I mean, the guy's literally almost in his late 70s, and by the time he does Indiana Jones, he might actually end up being 80. So, but anyway,
He's still pretty good though. Like he hasn't lost his touch.
nope. I mean the guy even the guy literally even almost lost his life by flying an airplane. But I mean, the guy's just. I'm telling you now, Harrison Ford is going to be living towards 100.
Try not to mention about airplane going down. We don't need everybody being more scared.
Yeah, you're right. But anyway, now as I was saying, Secret Life of Pets 2. We got Patton Oswalt who's lending his voice to this. Now, Patton Oswalt is actually ended up replacing Louis C.K., who of course Louis C.K. got. Of course, if you guys know, Louis C.K. clearly got fired from the film because I'm not going to go into any details, but he did some not so good stuff, and you guys read up the whole stuff about Louis C.K. and I'm not going into any details about that. But anyway, and of course you got Kevin Hart returning. Now, Cos, you're a fan of Kevin Hart, right?
Like Kevin Hart.
Well, you'll be surprised. There's people who don't like Kevin Hart. And I mean, hate the guy you want, but the guy makes. He has like a loyal fan base, and his films make money. So, yeah, I mean.
On both sides of the video, mine's and on my brothers, comment what y'all think about Kevin Hart. Come on, let's get some likes for the man. Like the video for Kevin Hart, though. Kevin Hart is genius.
Yep, and other voices you got in you also got the very funny Tiffany Haddish. I'm a big fan of Tiffany Haddish. You also got Albert Brooks. aka Marlin from Finding Nemo, returns in this. Got Dana Carvey, some really good voices, and I'm really looking forward for it because I like the first sequel, Life of Pets. Illumination has made some really great films, whether it's the Despicable Me movies, Minions, Sing. They make some good stuff, so I'm looking forward for this one.
I can't wait.
All right. There's also like a film called Late Night, which looks hysterical. And the film Late Night, which actually first premiered at Sundance, but then Amazon picked it up for their because unlike Netflix, Amazon actually releases their movies in theirs. So anyway, in Late Night, the films, huh?
You said Netflix is gonna
No, Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Because like I said, unlike Netflix, Amazon releases their movies in theirs. So
I don't know.
anyway, now Late Night is a film about. It's the story that follows a late night talk show host played by the brilliant Emma Thompson, who's in danger of losing her long running show. Right when but she ends up hiring her first female writer, played by Mindy Kaling, who also is a screenwriter. So this kind of looks like it's interesting, cute, charming. Hey, bro, what do you think of that? The sound of it?
I'm sorry, man. I'm still getting over the fact that the writer. So, all right. So let me get this straight. The movie is pretty much about a talk show that a lady, forgot the name, is playing, and she's at risk of losing her show. So she hires her first female writer, who also happens to be the writer of the movie.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny, but I mean, this movie looks like it's gonna be like a. But anyway, I think Late Night looks really interesting. I mean, they had like I said, the movie premiered at Sundance back in January, and it's coming out in theaters next week, and the reviews have been pretty solid. So I'm really looking forward to check this one out. I think it could be something pretty interesting now. And I'm a big fan of Emma Thompson. Yeah, I mean Mindy Kaling. I'm a big fan of. For all you Office fans, you guys probably know who Mindy Kaling is. Have you ever seen The Office? Yeah, or better yet, dang, what's that TV show that she I think it was called Mindy Kaling Project. I know she did a TV show that got canceled from NBC, but Hulu. I can't remember the actual name, but I think it was called The Inside Million. It's something like that. It's not a movie; it's a TV show. But anyway, all right. Now, there's also a Netflix movie called I Am Mother coming out. Now, I Am Mother sounds pretty interesting. It's a sci-fi. It's a Netflix original sci-fi movie, and it stars newcomer Claire Regard, who plays the first of a new generation of human raised by Mother, who's a Conley robot designed to repopulate the Earth following the extinction of mankind. But their unique bond is threatened when a blood-drenched woman played by Oscar-winning Hilary Swank implicitly arrives, calling on to question everything she's been told about the outside world. Now, Rose Byrne from, huh? Go ahead. We're all geeks.
there's only an 8 that is going to be on Congress. Right now we're talking about Netflix movies. I'm about to quickly bring in a Netflix TV show, which is also an anime called Mai. See Mai. There's a character in there that the two pirates called Mother. And she wanted to take over the world using Jesus. And yeah, I think it's funny that they're making a movie about a robot that's called Mother that's trying to repopulate Earth. Come on, does nobody see a twist in this?
But it sounds. I mean, I saw the trailer for that, and it looks interesting. I mean, I like Hilary Swank. You know, Rose Byrne voices the robot in this. I sort of have a bit of a crush on Rose Byrne, so anything with her in it, I'll check out. I think this could be something pretty interesting, and yeah, or it could end up being like because not everything Netflix does has always worked. So hopefully this could be a hit. Who knows? That has to be what I see. All right. Also in yeah, and Netflix does have more misses than hits, to be honest. Yeah, but anyway. All right. Also coming out in June, we got. Bro, are you a fan of Man in Black? Actually, bro, this is not Man in Black 3. This is Man in Black International. And this is actually, I guess you could say, yeah, it stars Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth, Valkyrie herself, Tessa Thompson in this. So we got Thor and Valkyrie back together. Actually, well, I'm guessing Will Smith was busy with Aladdin and Gemini Man who wanted to return for this, so that's what my guess. But anyway, Man in Black here.
The song that Will Smith sings when he's cheating. Oh my god, man! He ripped that song.
Yeah. He's no Robert Williams, let's be for real there, but he still played that role perfectly, and he sang awesome, so. Anyway, back to International. I think this looks interesting. You know, I mean, Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, you know, they, of course, were in Thor Ragnarok together. So seeing Thor and Valkyrie together in something else should be interesting to watch. I mean, hey, bro, did you check out Thor Ragnarok yet?
Of course, I've checked out Thor Ragnarok. Just because I've seen that game yet doesn't mean I haven't seen the rest.
Yeah, but I mean, for one, I like Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, and let's be for real, Tessa Thompson is awesome in anything. So seeing her team up with Chris Hemsworth once again should be interesting. And you also got Liam Neeson in this. I'm a big fan of Liam Neeson. Of course, I don't want to brag, but I did sort of work with Liam Neeson on Run All Night. Awesome guy. So anyway. And the aforementioned Tessa Thompson, who's also in anyway, Emma Thompson, who's in Late Night, you know, she's also in this. So if you're a fan of Tessa Thompson, good news. She got 2 movies out in June, so that's pretty cool.
I don't want to check it, so can't say I'm a fan. I've probably seen her movies.
Yeah, Emma Thompson has been some really decent stuff. Emma Thompson. But anyway, now Man in Black International is not the only thing out that week. Anyway, also at that week we got Shaft. Now, if you guys never seen the, now here's the thing: the original Shaft starred Richard Roundtree. So, and we had like a reboot of Shaft that came out in 2000, which was directed by the late great John Singleton, who directed Boys in the Hood. Rest in peace, John Singleton. You were the best. Anyway.
Oh my God, Boys in the Hood was everything to me.
Yeah, I mean, John Singleton did Boys in the Hood. I mean, that movie was just great, and still a shame he passed away. And he did the reboot of Shaft, which now here's the thing in the new Shaft, which stars Richard Roundtree as the older Shaft, who teams up with his nephew, played by Sam Jackson, who of course starred in the 2000s Shaft, and they also team up with Sam Jackson's Shaft character, kid in it, played by Jesse T. Usher, and it looks pretty interesting. I mean, I've really dug the trailers. Yeah, I mean, just think this is actually probably the biggest year for Sam Jackson's career. I mean, he of course played Nick Fury a couple times this year. He was in Glass. The guy's just awesome. I mean, who doesn't love Samuel L. Jackson? Yep. And Sam Jackson's just the best. And this movie is also directed by Tim Story, who also did the first Fantastic Four movie. He also did the second one. Blah blah blah. He also did the Ride Along movies. Speaking of Kevin Hart, so and also you got Regina Hall. I'm a big fan of Regina Hall. So I think this looks like it could be something pretty funny and interesting. And I'm also glad that they kept the original Flash theme song. Like they did not like try to reamp it. They just kept Isaac Hayes' original song for the film. I thought that was really great. Well, the trailer, I should say. I don't know if they revamped the song for the movie, but that has to be what I say. Huh?
I think a lot of people have actually had it that he kept from the same and he didn't change it, try to auto-tune it or whatever, like it just kept from the same.
Anyway, also opening that week, we got what's that?
There's one movie that's coming out that I'm not happy with.
What?
Sonic. Or that should say Panic, Sonic's crackhead cousin.
Oh, well.
Anybody know who Ray Kitchen is? That's my boy. Shout out to him. Check out his channel. But that's the Panic.
Yeah, well.
Sonic's crackhead cousin. Because that's how it is. That is Sonic's crackhead cousin.
Yeah, well, for anyone who's looking forward for the new Sonic movie, got some okay news and some not so good news. Sonic will be out in 2020 instead, so they could get time to work to get the design perfectly. So we'll get you Sonic. Yeah, but anyway, this is talk about 2019. 2020 is way off. Anyway.
Every time you just get a request, somebody asked. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, give me a minute. Aaron asked, how does he know all these actors?
IMDb. I know movies, but I'm not like I'm not Roger Ebert or anything. So rest in peace, Roger Ebert, by the way. But anyway.
family movies.
Anyway, now also at this week, or not this week, but in June is The Dead Don't Die, which is a zombie movie comedy. Now it's where like these group of huh?
I said that's all that we need. It's not like the world doesn't get zombie got.
Yep, I mean zombies cool again thanks to Walking Dead. So.
Oh, sorry, John. That's going to be hard. Why not know that?
Huh?
The reason why I don't know that is because, like I said in the beginning of the video, my brother grew up with movies, actors. He spent his whole life involved in that. He studied it, he learned it. And there's a couple movies out here that he can recite movies back. So, I've always been into like sports, mechanics, girls. I was a normal teenager. But my brother actually had a passion for something else. My only passion was art. So, quick summary on that. Thank you.
All right. Anyway, as I was saying, The Dead Don't Die is a zombie movie about these sheriffs who discover that there's a zombie apocalypse and they gotta try to kill the zombies and stuff. You know how zombie movies are. If anyone's seen Walking Dead, they know how zombies are. But the cast I really like in this. Huh? Nice. Anyway, The Dead Don't Die looks hilarious. I mean, for one, it features a good cast. Like you've got Bill Murray, Adam Driver, from Star Wars fame, Tilda Swinton, Selena Gomez is in this. You also have Danny Glover, Chloe Sevigny, some good cast members, and it's directed by one of the best, Jim Jarmusch. So I do love me a good zombie comedy, and of course we got 2 coming out this year. Walking Dead is on its 100th season. So, hey bro, are you into Walking Dead?
I started watching after season 1.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen episodes and all, but it does get a little bit of a hit and miss. But yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's a good show. I did enjoy it, but I don't know. I just eventually stopped looking at it. I just got no.
Yeah, I can't wait for Zombieland 2 when that comes out in October. So, speaking of Bill Murray, anyway, there's also a movie coming out in June called The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Actually, the name I'm not really into the name, to be honest. Yeah, but actually, here's what the movie is about. Jimmy Fails, that's his actual name. Jimmy Fails dream of reclaiming the Victorian home his grandfather, played by Danny Glover, built in the heart of San Francisco. Joined on his quest by his best friend Mott, Jimmy searches for belonging in a rapidly changing city that seems to have left them behind. Now, this is being released by A24, and A24 to me is one of the best companies right now. They've been putting out some high-profile stuff, and I think this was pretty interesting. I mean, it kind of have a bit of a Moonlight feel to it. Like for anyone who's seen Moonlight, you probably like if you guys still haven't seen Moonlight, I mean, Oscar-winning Best Picture, check Moonlight out. But this has a bit of a Moonlight feel to it, and I'm really looking forward to check this one out. I think it looks pretty interesting. Yeah.
Ariel Harris us. When does Birds of Prey come out?
Oh, February. I think it's February 6th. I know it comes out early February, 2020. Can't remember the actual date. Yep, it comes out a week before Sonic comes out, by the way. So just to let you know there.
Sonic first.
No, actually, Sonic comes out after Birds of Prey.
Sonic comes out after. Okay. So this one comes out next song. So now you got two more questions. Everyone wants to know when was Fantastic Beast and where to find them three?
Oh, part 3. It was supposed to come out next year, but they moved it to 2021 because I'm guessing because of the whole Johnny Depp drama. So, yeah.
So where to find them three is coming out next year. When does Fantastic Beast come out?
Next, Fantastic Beasts comes out 2021.
And the movie Where to Find Them Three.
That's Fantastic Beasts. That's all in one word. Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them. That's all one word. I mean, you know, I like the movies. I always thought the names were a little weird. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not here. I don't know. Okay.
You gotta be a Harry Potter fan to probably know that. But anyway, there's a few other stuff coming out on June 14th. Huh? Like you got a movie called Being. All right, you got a movie called Being Frank, which stars Jim Gaffigan, really funny comic. You got a movie called American Women with Sienna Miller. That could be interesting. A movie called Plus One, which stars two of the girls from that show Pen 15. Which, if you guys haven't seen Pen 15, watch Pen 15. It's a Hulu show, and it's probably my favorite Hulu show right now. I mean, it stars these 32-year-old actresses. Get this, in Pen 15, they're 32-year-old actresses playing 14-year-olds. It's pretty. Huh?
Can you say that one more time for me? Breaking up.
I was saying, if you guys haven't checked out the Hulu show Pen 15, it's hysterical. I mean, it stars these two 30-something-year-old actresses playing, get this, 14-year-old girls.
So you have 32-year-old actresses playing.
They're supposed to be like playing 14-year-old versions of themselves. It's actually real. I mean, it sounds dumb, but the show is actually pretty funny. And yeah, check out Pen 15 on Hulu if you guys. Now, besides Jessica Jones returning for season 3 on Netflix for its third final season, we got also coming to Netflix that day is a comedy called Murder Mystery. This film stars Adam Sandler. Huh?
Sounds like Scooby-Doo.
Something like that. It stars Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, and in it, Adam Sandler plays a New York City cop who finally takes his wife, played by Aniston, on a European trip. And so, while they're in Europe, there's a rich like a billionaire ends up getting killed, and they end up becoming the prime suspect. So they gotta try to find a way to clear their names, and they're getting chased and stuff. It looks funny. I mean, Adam Sandler has been doing having a contract deal with Netflix to do lots of movies for Netflix, and some of his Netflix stuff has been hit and miss. But I think Murder Mystery looks hysterical. I mean, bro, you're a fan of Adam Sandler, aren't you?
You know I'm a fan of that.
Yep. I mean, I'm really happy to see like because let's be for real, some of his stuff has not been all that kind with critics and box office wise. Like his box office stuff had like outside of Hotel Transylvania, but that's animated. His movies has been going down with ticket sales. So Netflix ends up picking him up and having him produce and star stuff for their streaming service. So I think it's pretty interesting to see Adam Sandler making some sort of comeback and seeing him re-team with Jennifer Aniston at first time since Just Go With It. I think this looks interesting, and I do love me a good murder mystery comedy. So should be interesting to see how this one is. Hey, bro, what do you think of the sound of murder mystery?
It sounds like a horror version of
Actually, it's a comedy. Yeah. It should be something pretty interesting to watch. I mean, it actually feels like those Agatha Christie novels, like A Murder on the Orient Express and that stuff. So, hey, it's gonna be interesting seeing how good this film is. I mean, who knows if it'll be any good or not? That has be waiting to see, but should be interesting. All right, now coming on June 21st should be an interesting one. Now, the big one comes out on June 21st, and that is Toy Story 4. All right, looks like we lost connection with my brother. Gonna stop this video for now, then I'll make a second video and we'll finish that there on. All right, this here is Thomas L, and we'll continue the June films here in a bit. All right.